have Honey, you could be straight up missing out on free savings. It is literally free and installs in a few seconds. By getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting the podcast. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/official. That's joinhoney.com/official. There might even one day be a coupon code for Rook in Honey's database. Who knows?
Only legitimate products like flash drives and vibrating things.
Yeah, vibrating cock ring.
Yeah, no books. Got it. Just kidding. Honey supports books. I don't know if I can say that.
Probably.
It probably does. 30,000 stores online. Honey, joinhoney.com/official.
Thank you, Honey. I'm talking to Aaron.
Yeah. You're welcome, baby.
Oh, they're back to the boat book.
Boat book will never be finished.
Yeah. It's an ongoing story.
Because they keep blowing their load before they write a page.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I myself am actually an acclaimed writer. You're probably familiar with my work. Have you ever heard of the Moon Ninja series, Adam or Aaron?
I have. I've been reading it since you started it in the 5th grade. I think it's fantastic.
Now, is there any chance that you were perhaps inspired by the Moon Ninja arcs for your book?
Yeah, I mean, we knew exactly what we would not want to do in writing. We basically modeled exactly the opposite.
Yeah, we said every other page started with the Moon Ninjas then did this, but we had to delete it because we knew you would stew us into a bit.
Yeah, that's kind of my signature writing styles. What about Nutty Noodle Man? Is there any Nutty Noodle Man inspiration in the pages, perhaps?
Well, his father, I guess, is
Loosely based on Nutty Noodle Man. Yeah.
Rocky Pasta Variant.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Yeah, because in this future, all countries kind of blend together. So Nutty Noodleman, did I say that right?
Yeah,
Nutty Noodleman would be, I guess, probably from like whatever is left of Rhode Island. So yeah, that's probably where his dad would be from.
It's good to see that my writing was able to inspire a whole new generation of literature enthusiasts. That's wonderful.
Definitely, the parental neglect was a huge inspiration from your early writings that you may or may not remember, or may have copywritten. I'm not sure. You do have to do that, by the way. You have to pay the government money to say, "Don't steal my book,"
or else it's ours.
Squab is just.
We're gonna build a new high school.
Oh, the fucker. So how come a book? Like, did you guys specifically want to write a book,
with
or
you?
did you like toss
I
around?
know, right? Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, that could have been anything else.
Because you're two video guys, and to be fair, like, you know, people who are fans of YouTube generally have the attention span of like 30 seconds or so. Like, there's no smash cuts in this book. There's nothing. It's very difficult for...
Kaya, you were saying that in the same call as the man who wrote Nutty Noodle Man.
Yeah, it's pretty disrespectful.
Jesus Christ.
Good lord.
No, I mean, I had this idea a long time. I've always wanted to write something, and I knew writing a book is just, it's the great American dream, which is, it's a dream because it will never make you money. So it was, I don't know, like I had this real basic idea where I was like, oh, that seems kind of cool. It seems like it could be like a Neil Blomkamp movie or something. But Aaron said it really well, where he's like, it's, when you do a book, it's complete. You don't have to wait for someone else to produce it. It doesn't have to be, it's like, it's there. Everything's there. It's done. And it'll live on past us. It'll just be there. And you can just say, hey, I finished a book. So it isn't really like a career pivot or anything. Like, this is what I do now. I hope I can continue writing and doing stuff like that. But I think it was just a cool story, and it was really fun to collaborate with Aaron and make something that makes us laugh. So.
Well, also, like, at least on your side, you were always making videos where the timelines were really tight, like, and they had to be, I mean, you just had to get them out a lot of times, and they're great. And then, but it's also, it's like, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? And you can't, necessarily sit with something and tell a story and, do all this stuff. And yeah, so I mean, it was kind of a different, you allowed us to breathe, I guess.
Yeah, and also it's a lot of subconscious therapeutic.
This book's just a therapy book.
Yeah, you look into it, it's like we never get into anything too specific, but people close to me have read it and they're like, oh my god, like I I have an idea of what you were going through when you wrote this. I mean, Aaron's full on just told me, he's like, well, I was dating this woman at this time. I was dating this woman.
Well, my grandma has been reading it, and she goes, I see you mentioned your grandpa in the third chapter. It's like, you can't, no suing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a, yeah.
Oh, I was just, there's, I don't know. There's some themes in there that I think we accidentally stumbled upon just because Aaron and I, through talking, found out we have kind of similar childhoods of, I don't know. There's this like parental need and want, and having kind of like an estranged brother, but not really. But like playing, none of this is one to one. But it's like, hey, these are some kind of heavy themes I do want to explore that I've talked in therapy and I've worked on. But like,
there's great daddy issues. There's great mommy issues. There's any issues. If you have an issue, you will find your issue in this book. So that's a personal appeal to anyone reading it.
It's like a fine Waldo of issues. I like that.
It's a bingo card that comes with the book. That you just...
And then the other part too. I mean, obviously, I tried writing it myself, and I knew Aaron was a great writer.
You tried to steal the idea from Aaron? Like you just took it and started writing it on your own first?
Yeah. Well, he gave me $200, and I said, I'll write you a book, man.
I know a guy named Squab.
Yeah.
Half of it.
Between you and Squab.
No, I had tried writing it on my own, and then I was in town one time, and I called up Aaron, and just like over a couple beers, a lot of beers,
and deviled eggs.
Yeah, I kind of pitched him the idea, and like, thank God he stuck with it and was like, yeah, this sounds exciting. Let's work on this thing. I just want to bring this one part up too. Aaron had started a charity a few years ago. I remember it was called, I don't know if you want to tell this story.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I'll say it from my perspective. But Aaron had tried to do a charity, which I thought was a really awesome, ambitious thing to do, and got hacked.
It was a massive failure.
Yeah, like within the first day, the whole website got brought down, and it was such a bummer to see that happen.
Yeah, it was a slight bummer. Password 000 is not the password you should use.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. What was the web service I was using?
WordPress.
Yeah, WordPress. I guess is not current.
Not for 2019 or whenever.
Yeah.
You tried. But either way, from the very beginning, we were both on the same page of whatever this book does, let's have a charity aspect.
Yeah, let's do some good with it. I mean, because it's one, we're getting to write something that we want to write, and two, if it can do something for someone else, why not? And
Yeah, and I didn't want to give up on that because I was inspired that Aaron was trying to do something good, and working in the YouTube world, I've always I've only taken, I've never really given anything. I felt like I didn't really feel like I was able to do anything with that much substance. Kind of like what you're talking about, like you're on this treadmill and you're just making stuff over and over. It's like, well, at least this book there's only a few corporate sponsors in it that I need to appease.
Can't wait for the people who are going to sue us for this book. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk,
Steve Jobs is in there somewhere.
Olive Garden's going to sue us.
But then all this metaverse stuff started happening with Zuckerberg, and we're like, fuck.
Yeah.
We didn't include Zuck.
He's going to be in the next one.
Yeah, next one.
Yeah.
It was almost like Zuckerberg read like an early copy of the book and took the ideas on board and decided that's where his company should pivot from now on.
The book was called Snow Crash, and it has a woman with a vagina entata, who I think there's an underage sex scene in that book. I forget. It's got some controversy behind it. But anyway,
if you want to see what the metaverse is going to look like, read Rook and the chaos of not knowing what's reality and what's fake, and then also having like a Chuck Norris-esque sidekick that guides you through it. You'll know what we're in for, and it's awful. It's going to be so shitty.
Did you grow up in the 90s and understand half our references? Good luck.
I guess I should be more specific.
It's fine.
It is a very, very dystopian aspect in it, where like the character gets fucking not sued, but fired from his company for accidentally inhaling gas and shitting himself, and then he gets all these fucking advertising. It is, yeah. Unfortunately, I do think that's very realistic. And at some point, his ad block fails because he couldn't renew his subscription payments. Fuck.
Well, when he's trying to get his brain surgery, and he can't get the ads, it's a problem. The doctor's like, well, we're trying to help you, but he keeps getting ads for cruise lines and everything else. And affecting his ability for his brain to be saved.
Yeah, I think it's where we're headed. But yeah, I don't know. It's how we kind of started this whole thing. We're like, the future is going to be awesome, but it's going to suck.
Yeah.
But it's going to be awesome. But there's just going to be parts that are real. It's, what we always say that, what's the extreme version of today?
I really don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a gigantic virtual prison, but at the same time, it's like Facebook product, right? Metaverse. So it's gonna be, I don't know, like a boomer RuneScape almost. Can you imagine your grandma just in the Metaverse? What are they gonna do?
Well, they're gonna have some avatar. She's gonna have some avatar. If it's my grandma who we were with yesterday, she's gonna have an avatar with a huge beer stein and constantly be shoving like, crazy conspiracy things down her throat. But you can't escape it because she's able to buy the better avatar, and we have the cheap version, so she can just crush us whenever she wants. Like, that's what it's going to be. It's like, if you have the most money, you're a boomer in the metaverse, you get the big armor and all this stuff, and you can just destroy all of these, all the libs and whoever else you want to take out.
Well, now I'm excited, actually. Speaking of the metaverse, have any of you watched the announcement with Zuckerberg? I still don't know to this day why that company... Why do they trot out that lizard? Like, nobody likes Zuckerberg. Nobody across the political spectrum. Like, the left doesn't like him because they fucking don't censor the website enough. The right doesn't like him because they think he's a shape-shifting lizard, which fair enough just by looking at him. So it has to be just his ego, right? He has to, like, the board of directors must be so pissed off at him, like, I'm gonna do the announcement, guys.
Well, did you see his avatar? His avatar looks so fucking punchable. Yeah. I just wanted to kick his avatar's ass.
Just buy hair.
It's punchable.
Musk did it. Like, his hair is just trying to escape his body. Because, it's you can see the robo skeleton trying to get out every time he talks. But, yeah, it was just like, here's my fuck doll that I'm gonna fuck in the future. It looks like me. His wife's off to the side crying. Just like, I think stock options has a lot to do with it. I think he is the majority stakeholder right now.
Well, it's like he wants to be Steve Jobs, but he has more of a I don't know, rapey vibe than
he has no charisma. He has no charisma. He's just as wooden as can be.
He's definitely, you can tell he's taking those classes of like how to talk to humans, and he's like, and he takes very detailed notes, and that's like you see his when you see him at like the press conferences and stuff, when he's like, smile, drink water, don't look weird. And it's like, you look weird because you're trying not to look weird. Like,
I just love that his coach for that has to tell him like, this is what you say to Congress, and this is how you say it to Congress, and he's like, yes,
noted, downloaded to brain and saved. Like, don't talk like that.
Smile strangely.
Yeah, I still love the gif of him smiling artificially in the court hearing, where just like it looks like someone photoshopped it. Yeah, it's great. What about his wife though? Is she human? Like, how does he end up with a woman?
I don't know. Does she exist?
She's that famous singer, right? Hitsane Miku or whatever. She's like, or she's on that.
Hatsune Miku.
She looks human.
Yes.